Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom is back and welcome back to my channel for a very special video. PL11 has released. Everyone has asked me, oh Blossom, when is it coming out? When is it coming out? The only answer I could give you was either today or tomorrow, and luckily we got no delays this time and it came out today. Now I just want to say the moment when you see this video, everyone should have it. I know iOS users got it first, but we only had it first for about the first 2 hours, and then Android users just got it. At the time of recording it, Android users literally just got it like 5 minutes ago, and that's why I managed to get on BlueStacks, because BlueStacks is basically Google Play. Anyway, we are greeted with a new and beautiful screen. In fact, I think this is the nicest one yet. You guys can decide if you prefer the Italian Renaissance starting screen or the, I was about to say Aston Martin starting screen, which basically that is what it is. Or do you prefer the Great Exhibition starting screen? That is the name of the new update. Of course, the trilogy of Renaissance updates is finally over. It has come to pass, and we're greeted today by this amazing screen. Just a lot of brands. I think this is the most brands we have ever seen. Obviously, some of these brands are already in the game, like TVR, McLaren, Jag, Vauxhall, Lotus, and Land Rover. So that basically makes up for 60% of it. Actually, more than 60%, because I thought there were 10 brands here, but there's actually 9. But nevertheless, they're new cars for these brands, and then some are totally new brands in general. So we have Aston Martin, or Aston, Bentley, Ariel, Land Rover, McLaren, TVR, Jaguar, Vauxhall, and Lotus. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have a quick run and see what is in this update. Now, everybody talks about the new cars, but before we talk about the new cars, I want to talk about one particular feature that I enjoy a lot, and that is the stars. I don't know why, but I love the new feature with the stars. As you can see, the stars are different now. They look like they have a black shadow behind them or a black outline around them. So they protrude a lot more in the card and they're a lot more visible. I like that. Sometimes, I don't know about you guys, I get a little confused to see whether or not the car is maxed out or not, or the car I'm racing is maxed out a lot. It's very profound with the outer areas. You can see they really stand out, like the Cadillac CTS Coupe. You can see very clear. You can definitely tell my Cadillac CTS Coupe is maxed out. Let's see, same with the Ford Escort Rally Smack. You can see the borders very well. The Ford RS200, you can't really see the borders very well because the bottom of the picture is already very dark. But you get what I mean. The stars look different. And if you didn't notice that, then well, I'm happy to point it out to you. Obviously, as you can see here, we have 4 different types of currency now, I guess. We have gold at 7676 that I have. We have cash, and obviously I have 12 million. There'll be a 2 million PL11 pack opening coming very shortly, I promise. Which I'll also be live streaming on Discord. Renown. We now have Renown, which is in purple, which is the little crown thing. I have 0 out of 1,000 currently. And I think you get those from winning events. And depending on how well you do, you get more or less. And then finally, you have your trophy count. Your trophy count is now a lot smaller. But it's still there, and mine is at 33955. That's a nice number. I do like my odd numbers. Anyway, let's get into the point, right? Let's get into business here. Let's look at the new cars, which is the first thing I didn't talk about at the start of the video, but I should talk about now. Hutch, first of all, thanks for PL11. Amazing. You know, Aston Martin is one of my favorite brands of all time. It's number 3. Number 1 is Dodge. Number 2 is Porsche. But I do have a question for you, Hutch. A little mistake right off the bat here. So we are greeted with the Vantage, Aston Martin Vantage, in an AMR spec. I would assume it's an AMR spec because it has the AMR colors on it. But when we look at the all the Aston Martins in the game, and I knew this for a while because I already knew what all the Aston Martins were, we don't have an AMR Vantage. So we have an AMR Vantage in the beginning loading screen, but we don't have it in the game, which is a bit interesting. We do have some AMR cars, but they're usually the older ones, like the DB3S, as well as the DB4 GT Zagato, right? But we don't have the new AMR cars such as, wait, DB GT, it's not the DBR1? Where did the DBR1 go? But, you know, with that said, this is CC100. There's an AMR version for the DB11. I'm sure there's one for the Vanquish. I know there's one for the Vantage as well. But it's interesting to see that we have it in the loading screen, but we don't have it in the car section. I don't know. But let's look at Aston Martin itself. This is the crown jewel of the update, in my opinion. A lot of people will probably say the McLarens, the new McLarens. Obviously, the Senna is in top drivers now. But Aston Martin hits home for me. I love this car very much. And the car I want the most is indeed the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. Beautiful picture. Beautiful placement. Beautiful statistics. Handling 89, so it's not going to be part of the 100 handling club, I think. But still, very good looking car. Very similar statistics to the Viper ACR, actually. The Viper ACR is 3.292 and 177. The Superleggera is 211, 3.2, and 89. So, you know, you get less handling, but you get more top speed, and I think this car has some pretty amazing MRA. Nevertheless, if I do get this car, and please, hush, please, I really want to pull this from a pack one day, but if I do get this car, I will max it out in a heartbeat, and I'll give it the Hollywood treatment, and I'll give it a name as well. But that's only when we get it. But yeah, if we do get it, then yeah, I'll have two max out legendaries. It'll be ACR Hollywood, and it'll be the DBS Superleggera. If I don't get this DBS Superleggera, I am working on maxing out another legendary that I have, and that is indeed the Dodge Demon, which we'll check out in a bit because it is RQ29 now. But let's look at some other cars. We have indeed the very beautiful Vanquish Zagato, which is a legendary, 3.389, and we have the Vanquish S. So not a lot of legendaries. I think we have 7. We start with the Vantage, which is the luxurious version of the AMG GT, even though it has older technology. And then we have the two prize cars, the 177 as well as the Vulcan, both of the ultra expensive tag. The Vulcan going one even more and has the wild ride tag. Obviously, they all have the great exhibition tag, the Aston Martins. This one, which is honestly now my contender for one of the most beautiful cards in the game. I mean, that's basically what happens when you put one of the most beautiful cars, combine it with one of the most beautiful colors or specs, and then, you know, the blue goes just so well with the purple and the epic. It kind of ends up being perfect, really. Really a good looking car as well. 3886. This one was surprising to see that this was actually 23, but we do have a couple, you know, lower end, actually not a couple, actually no, literally a couple lower end epics, because we have two, DBS Carbon Black as well as the DBS 12. These three here are all 25. Is it 26? Nope, the DB10, which was in Skyfall, James Bond film, is also 25. We have 223, 4 26s. The DB11 is the one I want the most. 3689. We know about the 88 Club, right? The 88 Club, we're talking about the Corvette Grand Sport, M3CS, what else? The likes of the LP550 Gallardo. Well, we have a new club now with the 89 Club, and you know, when I talk about the high handling club, I don't count cars like the Furai and the Caterham because they're meant for that. They're known to do that. These are cars that have amazing handling as well as amazing top speed. So the Aston Martin DB11, I want that. I want this car very, very much. Anyway, that is all I'm going to say for Aston Martin. One more thing I want to harp on is indeed the DB5 with the JB007 tag. It's not a prize car, surprisingly, and I will be hoarding this. I'll be getting 10 of them. But it's a very beautiful car. And of course, the Signet. I feel like a lot of people will be collecting the Signet. I will get one myself as well because, you know, it's the Signet. Come on. It's also like, what, it used to be like a Toyota or something? I don't know. Aston Martin DB4, as well as the DB4 GT Zagato, which has the Sub-Zero tag. So, I think it was the Birdcage was the only one that had it. Now, the DB Zagato has it as well. One interesting tag that we do see in this update is the Year of the Rat tag. I don't know what that has to do with cars. I know what it has to do with, like, the Lunar New Year, but it'll be interesting to see. I feel like the cars with the Year of the Rat tag will get some bonus points in the Lunar New Year events. Anyway, moving on to Ariel. I don't know much about these cars, but it's safe to say they are pretty OP. They are, well, actually pretty OP, but not super OP because they're all legendary, and it's going to be very hard for people to max them out. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, there's no, well, there's one epic, but you can't get it. Which means these Ariels are going to be very hard to max out, since you can get 6, and 5 of them are legendaries. This one's an Ultra, which a lot of people will be killing to get. But yeah, the rest are legendary. They're going to be hard to max out, so I don't think the Superlight, the Caterham Superlight, is in any... I don't think that car is under fire for its position for one of the best light cars in the game, and handling strong cars as well. Little Easter egg here, this Ariel Nomad picture is from Rebel Racing. I'm 99% sure this is a Rebel Racing Easter egg, but it's also very interesting to see. Anyway, moving on is Bentley. It's our mystery manufacturer. Obviously, Android Fanatic, CNG, and I, we all got brands to share to all of you guys, but nobody got Bentley. Hutch tends to do that. There's always a mystery manufacturer, and it's very nice to see that Bentley is the one. One very interesting thing about Bentley is there are only 7 legendary Aston Martins in the game, but Bentley has a lot more than that. I think the first legendary is you. Yeah, you can see I've already done my research. So how many Bentley legendaries are in the game? 9, 18, 19. 19 Bentley legendaries. That is insane. Some very nice looking ones. We got a very nice prize car, the EXP 100 GT. Probably the highest rated eco-friendly car now. 2.40 to 60, 86 handling, 4-wheel drive. What else do we have? Some very nice looking ones. We have the Bentayga. I'm a huge fan of the Bentayga. There's also an epic version of the Bentayga, which has a beautiful picture. Such a upper echelon picture. You know, the background of the yachts and everything. All these Bentley pictures are just very nice. The Flying Spur is a very nice one in the mountains. Ooh, I want this. I really want this. This is medium too. Finally, a competitor to those 4-wheel drive medium ground clearance BMWs. But that's very nice to see. How about you? Are you medium? You're low, but you do have 85 handling, which is not very good. But it does have 4-wheel drive. And it's a much better looking car than any of the RQ26 Audis anyway. My opinion, but I think a lot of people will agree with me on that. We have the Continental Super Sports Convertible ISR as well, looking very nice. And of course, this one. How could I skip this? The one I couldn't pronounce. I think that's why I skipped it. I couldn't pronounce, but it is a very well-known Bentley. 4-wheel drive, 90 handling. Not bad. Not bad at all. Looking at the ultra rares that Bentley has to offer, we have some very nice Mulsannes, Mulsanne Design Series, as well as the Mulsanne Speed and the Mulsanne Blue Train Limited Edition. Everything above this Blue Train is epic. As you can see here, the Flying Spurs as well as the Continental GTs are all in the 23 range. Obviously, a lot of these cars have the 4-wheel drive capability as well, so this Bentley would be a very good competitor to Audi, I think. They'll have a lot of competitions within each other. Anyway, that was Bentley. Let's continue. Let's move on. Obviously, these aren't very in-depth reviews, but of course, I mean, if they were in-depth reviews, this would be a 1-hour video, wouldn't it? Obviously, you guys are going to have the update as well, and I just want to point out the special ones to you. And if I do miss any out, do point out in the comments as well. I want to do a quick visit at Dodge, because we have a new king now. The order is different. If you remember, the Demon used to be where the SRT Viper was placed, and then the GTSR used to be placed where the Demon was placed, but everything is switched around now because it's 29, baby. The Demon is 29. My Demon is 29, and I think because it got a buff, I need to test the MRA. I need to test the MRA again, but I will do that very soon. Any more changes? Are you 23 yet? No, the Scat Pack is not 23 yet. Wait, is this 21? 20? 20? Alright, so, yeah, no changes. Okay, alright, maybe I'm just forgetting. Is this 19? No, it's 20. Okay, well, strange. But yeah, that was Dodge. Little change over there that I like to see. Let's move on to the new manufacturer. So we've covered 3. We've covered Bentley, Ariel, and Aston Martin. Now we go to Jag. We do have a couple new Jags as well. The CX-75 from 2010, the CX-75 from 2013. We also have the F-Pace SVR, which is very funny because we were all laughing at the UK 4-wheel drive packs back in the Vauxhall finals. Rightly so. It was really bad. The only 2 legendaries you could get were these 2, the F-Type and the F-Type SVR. But now, I think this pack will be a lot more highly rated with the inclusion of both CX-75s and the F-Pace SVR. Not to mention, there are a bunch of new Bentley legendaries with the 4-wheel drive capability as well. Moving down the list, one car that really caught my eye was the Jaguar XJ TWR. It's a very beautiful picture, accompanied with that 88 handling. Is it light, though? That is the question. Not very light, but it's okay. This is epic, right? Yeah, that's epic. We do have some new RQ22s as well. I'm very, very interested in these RQ22 cars. The new ones that we have here is the XKR-R and the XJ 5.0 V8, which does have decent handling for a standard tire car. Medium ground clearance? medium ground clearance as well. So that's going to be a good car for the rainy city streets. This one is also, in my opinion, one of the nicest looking cars in the game now, just because of the bright red that contrasts the red in the Ultra, and it's a very nice crop. And it's a decent looking car, a nice background, reminds me of Oregon somewhat. But yeah, very, very nice. It also has the year of the rat tag as well, which I was talking about. I don't know what the meaning of that is, but that's new. Some other new ones that I'm really interested in is the Jaguar XKR 4.2S. I'm a huge fan of the XKR because I do have the XK8 version, which is very nice. A new four-wheel drive standard tire super rare, which is the Jaguar E-Pace. Very nice picture, actually. I might pick one for myself. This is a new one, the XKR 100 as well. It's a very good looking one. And we do have some lower range Jaguars, like the Mark 1s and the Mark 2s, I think. Yeah, the Mark 1 and the Mark 2 and the Mark 2 BTCC. Talking about BTCC, we're going to have a quick trip at Volvo in a bit to see the BTCC is now back to Epic. Anyway, moving on to Land Rover. These are the new Land Rovers that we get. The first one that really caught my eye was indeed the Land Rover Defender Works V8, just because it's a very beautiful card. They did a good job of some of the cards here. Some of these cars look very, very nice. This is a very beautiful card, very nicely cropped, very nice. I love the red. I love how it fits in the picture. But the stats don't point to greatness. 68 handling, four-wheel drive, off-road tires. I mean, to be honest, the Colorado ZR2 is going to eat this thing for breakfast. But, you know, yeah, it's here. Honestly, you should get the style icon tag, but I guess it doesn't have it. This is a nice one too, the Sport SVR, just to add more depth into Land Rover. And of course, we have finally the hard top Evokes. We have, I think, 2 or 3. Is this an Evoque? No, it's a Discovery Sport. Yeah, so we have the hardtop Evokes now, which was pretty funny to see that before this, the only Evoque we had was the convertible version, which I didn't even know existed. I knew there was a hardtop one for sure. This one's a super rare version as well, so definitely we have quite a few variations of Evokes now. This one's a pretty interesting picture. I don't even know where this is taken, like a gravel pit or something. But yeah, this is a very nice picture. I like this one a lot. Land Rover Discovery. It looks like your new RQ14 four-wheel drive all-surface car. You never know. I'll definitely test it out with the likes of the Nissan Patrols and see if which one is better or not. Anyway, moving on from Land Rover, we go into McLaren. I'm not going to harp on this too much because everybody's going to want to talk about McLaren. So some quick notes would be the Senna 96 handling with performance tires. That is slick tire handling on a performance tire car. Amazing stuff. Beautiful picture. A1 picture, 600 LT, very nice to see, and the 600 LT Spider as well, very, very nice. We do get some really nice ones as well. This one's not a prize car, this one's up for the taking. 2.90 to 60, 97 handling. That is some insane stuff right there. So moving on, we go on. Where do we go now? Who else is new? Is it just TVR and Vauxhall? And Lotus. We missed Lotus, but we'll get to Lotus in a bit. So TVR got some new cars. We have the car, I don't know why when I look at this, I think it's Shmee. I think the first Shmee video I ever watched was when he reviewed the Griffith. Has the year of the rat tag as well. It's a decent looking car. I do like the rims a lot. We do have ourselves a RQ26 slick tire car, which is someone that's rare to find because the Banana is 25. And this one is 3989, so amazing handling on this thing. I actually want to check if the Banana got an upgrade to 26. We'll have a look in a bit. TVR Griffith 400 as well, and a couple of classic TVRs that I've never known existed. Lastly, well not lastly, but penultimately, because we want to just look at the Lotuses real quick, because there's some very nice ones. I want to talk about some honorable mentions here. We have indeed the Firenze Baby Bertha, very beautiful car. I don't know much about it, but when I saw it, I was like, oh, that looks very nice. One very interesting one here is the Opel Adam R2, which is actually German, because it's Opel. But we finally have an RQ19 front-wheel drive off-road tire car. Is this our first? No, it's not our. It's not the first RQ19 off-road tire car, but probably the first RQ19 front-wheel drive off-road tire car. So if you want to be the king of the Suzuki Swifts, this will be the one, I guess. I guess it's better than Suzuki Swift. It has to be. It's Ultra. One other significant mention is indeed this bad boy right here, the Opel GT Concept. It's a rare with 85 handling. It's a must keep. I'm definitely getting one. I'll probably get two, 969 and 996, because we all know 85 handling hits 95 handling, right? Something like that. But we'll definitely check it out. But yeah, quickly, before I want to end the video, let's check Lotuses real quick. The new Lotuses. Where's Lotus? Here we are. Sorry we missed you earlier, man. Yeah, we got some new ones. So we have, you know, a couple new legendary Lotuses. We have indeed the 311. The Exige Cup 430 as well as the GT 430, some very nice ones. It's nice to see that my 211 Supercharged is still king of the crop when it comes to the epics, because 3690 compared to the Cup 250's 3989. So yeah, 211 still seems better on the twisties. But there are some new really good ones. We have the Exige S1, 87 handling. For an ultra rare is very, very impressive. It doesn't look like it's as good as the 340R though. 340R is 4587 and this is 4787. Yeah, it's 136 top speed, but this is 132. It's not like it's, I don't know. We have some new classic Lotuses as well, the SX Turbo and the Esprit Turbo. Some very, very nice looking cars. Hopefully I'll get the Esprit S4. It's not great exhibition, but it's one I've been looking for a while. And then one other really, what it looks like to be a really OP car would be the Lotus Elise Sprint. 87 handling, combined with 798 kilograms of weight. So very interesting to see some of those coming into the game. So yeah, last thing, let's introduce Renault real quick. I just want to see if the banana, that's Peugeot. Where is Renault? There it is. Is the banana 26? No, it's still 25. Anyway, that is a quick skim at PL11. So guys, enjoy the new update. Definitely like a Christmas come early kind of situation. I love it when this game gets new updates. Let me know what you think of the update so far. What is your favorite car? What is your least favorite car? And yeah, I'll be interested to know. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, consider subscribing, and if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. And thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you all next time. Have a great day. Blossom out.